we are 3 weeks or so out from the 4th of July, or at least our 4th of July party, and we are ready, for the most part, ready to fire here. Despite the hand, my dad came out, what was it, last weekend? Yeah, I guess it was last weekend. And did, I would say, at least 90% of the fusing for me, which was awesome. But this year a little bit different as far as this particular video goes, because we have a very different setup. Opted for the pallets this year because of my hand situation. I won't be able to lift the normal boards that I typically do, but I'm already loving this setup. It's really convenient, and as far as field setup, because I can pack so much on each individual board, I just took my wireless receivers and mounted them right to the pallets. So they are pre-wired with igniters, ready to fire. So all I have to do is on the morning of the party, or later on, actually I can even do this later in the morning now. I don't have to rush. But I pick these pallets up, put them in the field. When I'm ready to fire at night, flip the switch, we're ready to go. Push the button on the remotes, and starts the show. So I'm going to walk you through what we have here. We'll start off with the main show, which normally is a huge bunch of boards, but because we're doing pallets, I don't have to worry about the weight. We just packed them super tight. So these things, this is a very dense pack of fireworks here. You see even little 200 grams are wedged in between all the 500s. So this thing's got a lot of firepower on it. This is, for the most part, this is all slow fused, but we did time it so 2 cakes are going off consistently. One 500, one 200 gram cake will be firing off one after the other, transitioning, kind of making an S all the way through this first board that's fired off my first igniter. That then goes into the next, excuse me, the next board, and we get into a little bit bigger cakes here as normal. Same thing though, this is really just a 10 or 11 minute, I still haven't done the math on it, but about a 10 or 11 minute run of just keeping the sky filled, just constantly. Should be no breaks, just doing its thing. So that's the bulk of the show. What we have next goes into the start of the finale boards. So we start off here. So I've got some nice zipper cakes, Sin City, Diamonds in the Sky. Same thing, never once is there just one cake going off. So we have multiple 500s going off along with those. That ends with some red, white, and blue tracers spread at a V, which then goes into some big blasters, which is 4 of those that will fire off. That's sprayed in more of a fan because we've got 4 of them to play with. Then we go into, you'll notice the fusing has changed to pink on all of this stuff because this is all quick fuse. So got a lot of action going here. Emeralds in the Sky into some nice 500 gram cakes. All of that on quick fuse. So with quick fuse, it's about 10 seconds a foot. On average, you'll have at least 3 of these things going off at any one given time. As we get further towards the back here, I have super quick fuse. This is that instantaneous stuff. We'll be firing off 3 emeralds in the sky, so it should light the whole sky up green. And that's my visual cue to know that we're at the end of this board, so I know to go to my next ignitions. We're going to skip this board for right now, but we will come back to it. So all of that stuff is in the center of the field. This and this one goes to the right, one goes to the left. So I have red strobes on this one. I will have blue on the other one, so I know my red is my left and my blue is my far right. And in the center, where are you? There it is. There's a white there. So we're going to have red, white, and blue firing across the sky, obviously in that order, which will look really nice. But these are the true finale boards. So all of what you see in front of you is all fired off at the exact same time. So that's going to be the biggest finale I have ever had. I've never put this much on with one single ignition. That there's no delay in any of this stuff. It all just goes off at once. So that should be pretty damn impressive. Got a mixture of some 200s, we got a lot of 500s, and then I have a whole lot of maximum load 60 gram mortars. So that should be pretty damn awesome. What else? Okay, so back to this one. So this one is really just independent ignitions for a whole bunch of different things. This board will also be in the center, and this board is timed out with the music. So depending upon what the music is calling for, I have the ability to go in and remotely fire each one of these different types of effects. So we've got tracers, I've got neon dragons in a whole bunch of different colors. I have another fan spray. You can see those are angled of red, white, and blue, so that'll do the same thing, just not as much of it as what we have in the finale, but it gives you that red, white, and blue spray. I got an extra 500 gram just on a separate igniter, and that is a just-in-case cake. If something were to go wrong, and I've got a big delay, I can just fire that one button, and it at least will get something up in the sky for me. And then the only thing I haven't wired is my big rack full of nice 60 gram shells. So this will be wired and fused up as independent cues to go with the music as well. But obviously that has not been done yet. That is the only thing I have remaining. Everything else is literally turnkey, ready to fire. So that's the show. I just started getting my audio system ready. We're making some changes to the audio system. Each year I keep making this a little bit bigger. It is amazing how much volume you need to overcome the sound of the fireworks going off, as well as filling a pretty big outdoor area. And I keep collecting equipment. I don't buy anything new. It's all used stuff that I buy for cheap. But we're going to add a couple of more my old speakers to my new speakers from last year. I've got a 600 watt crown amp that I'm going to be sliding into the rack here. That's going to drive the subwoofer. So that 600 watt will power the sub. That frees up my XR PV system to just drive the 4 satellite speakers. And hopefully I will be happy with the amount of audio I get out of it. Last year with this new setup was much better than any previous year, but it's still, when you get to the finale, the fireworks are just insane. So got the generator all ready. That's the only thing this generator does is that one night, but does a great job. And I ended up picking up a tent this year because I've got so much electronics that go out in the field, and I get all this stuff set up early. I just wanted to keep the heat off of it from the sun, but that also will work in case we do get a passing shower or something like that. I can set my kind of DJ fireworks firing booth up under a tent, which will be nice. Walmart, 40 bucks. Store dick deal, can't beat it. Garage is serving me quite well here. We got plenty of room. I mean, I could not have fit this stuff all laid out like this in my old part of the garage. So it's really, really nice to have this much space to make such a mess, and it's still really not a mess in here. So that's kind of where we're at. We are ready to go for the most part. Just finish up that last one, and yeah, ready to rock and roll. So as always, any questions, comments, criticisms, ideas, throw them down in the comment section below me. And otherwise, everyone, have a great day. Thank you very much for watching. Now you can show the world that you too enjoy getting things right the wrong way. You can look stylish in this monkey-inspired Trial and Error branded shirt, or my personal favorite, the I may do things half-assed, but it works, which sums up my channel and most likely many of you. Links to purchase are in the description, and I really appreciate your support as always.